afternoon, and good evening to all the dignitaries, learners, and my dear colleagues. As you all know, the reason why we have gathered here through online mode is to welcome the new learners to our JSS Academy of Higher Education and Research, Mysore. Today is the day of the learners to get to know about their new journey and build their future from here. With the divine blessings of His Holiness, Jagadguru Sri Shivaratri Deshikendra Mahaswami Ji, I, Dr. Shailaja, cordially welcome you all to this induction program for online learning programs of JSS Academy of Higher Education and Research, Mysuru. We shall start this program by invoking the blessings of the Almighty through this prayer. Uh, we- Shubham Karoti Kalyanam Arogyam Dana Sampada, meanings salutations to the light of the lamp, which brings auspiciousness, health, and prosperity. And Shatru Viddhi Vinashaya Deepa Jyotir Namostute, which means to say the lamp which destroys the inimical feelings. Salutations to the light of the lamp. Now we have with us our enthusiastic Director of Academics, Dr. P.A. Kushalappa sir, who is a professor of dermatology and has a vast experience in academics and administration, an all-rounder as a golfer, cricketer, and singer, and a mentor to many in the university. Sir, I request you welcome the gathering, sir. Over to you, sir.
you. Thank you. Tala. Thank you very much for that warm introduction to me. And I welcome you all for the induction for the online e-learner program for the countries which I'll be listing out. First of all, I'd like to welcome our dynamic pro-chancellor who initiated the idea of having this program and who, with his guidance, gave us all the encouragement to go ahead with this program. Thank you very much. I welcome you. I welcome the Vice Chancellor who, for unforeseen reasons cannot be with us today. I welcome him, sir, and I seek his guidance every day for all our endeavors. And I welcome our registrar who is the guiding force and who is a supporting pillar for all our endeavors. Welcome you, sir. And I welcome Dr. Colonel Dayanand, Director of JSS Hospital, the Dean of Management Studies. Welcome you, Doctor.
Thank you.
I welcome the Controller of Exams, Dr. Sudhindra Bhatt. Welcome, sir. And the man who is responsible for all our online programs and coordinating all these programs, Dr. Ravindra, Chief Information Officer. Welcome you, sir. I welcome the heads, Dr. Pramod Kumar, Dean of Pharmacy, Dr. Ravi Shah, the Head of Life Sciences. Then I welcome the tele-education coordinators from all the countries who I will call out, including India, Benin, Ghana, Mali, Mauritius, Malawi, Mozambique, Republic of Guinea, Uganda, Zambia, Republic of Sudan, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. There's a list I have. Please my apologies if I've left out anybody. I'm sure I've covered the whole list. And all the learners from India and abroad, a warm welcome to all of you, and a special welcome to the representatives from PCIL, who are the implementing agency of eVidya Bharati programs, and the project monitoring units from the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India. Warm welcome to the representatives, to all of you. And Dr. Datta Kumar from Enhanced Learning, and I think Sumana is also there. Then Dr. Rajesh Kumar from UTI. These are all our people who are helping out with the program. And last but not the least, Dr. Mamta and Dr. Shailaja. And of course, we will not be forgetting Dr. Dakshani, who again, unfortunately, cannot be with us today. But we remember you, madam, and we wish God bless everybody at your place. Warm welcome to all of you, and special greetings to the friends from the African countries and the other countries which I have mentioned. And I hope to have a very pleasant evening with you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now, I request our respected Pro-Chancellor, Sir Dr. B. Suresh, to address our learners. Sir has been actively involved in uplifting the standards of pharmacy education and profession in India from the past 35 years and has distinguished himself as an eminent educationist, pharmacist, and a leader. He has been elected to the presidency of the Pharmacy Council of India 4 times and currently still holds that role. During his leadership tenure, Sir has actively promoted the pharmacy practice concept in India, including by introducing postgraduate pharmacy practice and PharmD programs. Sir is also the delegate member of the United States Pharmacopoeia Convention, USA, and International Commissioner of Accreditation Council of Pharmacy Education, ACPE, USA. He is also the executive member of the Commonwealth Pharmacists Association, the Scientific Committee on Problems of Environment, which is a part of the International Council for Science and works closely with United Nations organizations such as UNESCO and UNEP, and Sir has been elected as an executive committee member. He was also the past president of Asian Association of Schools of Pharmacy and chairman of the education section of the Federation of Asian Pharmaceutical Association. He is the past president of the Indian Pharmaceutical Association and was responsible for the drafting of Pharma Vision 2020 that was launched by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the late president of India, in the year 2008. Sir, over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Shailaja, for the elaborate introduction. My respected colleagues at the JS Academy of Higher Education and Research, Dr. Kushalappa, Dr. Ravisha, Pramod, Dr. Rajesh Kumar, Dr. Mamta, Dr. Colonel Dayanand, Dr. Shailaja, Manjunath, and Dr. Manjunath, Dr. Bhatt, Dr. Ravindra, and all others who are from JSS family, and Dr. Datta Kumar from our partner Enhanced for all the services. So, warm good evening to all of you here, and good afternoon to all our students from all over the world and learners from all over the world who have joined us in this program. We all are going through challenging times across the world. Only the degree of what you call as challenge may vary, and the form of challenge may vary. In some places, it is the severity of the health issues itself which is affecting. And in some other places, because of the severity of health challenges in one country, the economic challenges percolate to the other country and affects them. So, but overall, if you look, the whole world is going through a big crisis and a challenge. And only rightly, we all are holding each other's hand and supporting where we are, and we are able to move forward and support the humanity at large. So at the outset, I would like to thank all those great leaders, frontline warriors, the health professionals, the supporting systems of the world, who are all supporting to reduce the difficulty or the misery of the humanity and try to make it as comfortable as possible to their best ability. I think we have a long way to go in this, but together we can all win it. So I'm a very big optimistic, and I'm sure that we'll all win out of this and we'll be able to move forward in our lives and careers. With this note, let me move further and congratulate all our new learners to the JSS family. Welcome to JS Academy of Higher Education and Research. And you have chosen either to pursue the hospital administration course or the bioinformatics course, which are available to you on online platform. Just to emphasize that there cannot be a more opportune moment for you to have chosen these two disciplines to pursue with JSS AHER. Because as you know, across the world, the hospitals and healthcare system are struggling to provide the type of care and support system to the various needs of the country. I mean, the whole country, whole world is going through this struggle. and your training, your knowledge is going to help not only the place where you are working, but also the country where you are living, and be able to contribute for its own stability over a period of time. Similarly, if you look at the bioinformatics, the program it is all the information that is available today, whether it is about the COVID virus itself, coronavirus itself, or about the health data which is coming to us, and the impact it can have in the different settings, is all dependent on the bioinformatics and health informatics that is coming out and helps us to make decisions moving forward. I think both these programs are very, very, very relevant to the present day's context, and I congratulate you for taking this forward, because you are going to be able to contribute further to your own career and to the country where you are working and the field you are chosen to move forward. At this moment, I would like to also thank you for having chosen JSS Academy of Higher Education and Research to pursue your career ambitions. JSS HER is a well-known name in India in the health sciences. Almost across the nation, if you ask anyone about the healthcare delivery or the healthcare education that is being provided at JSS constituent colleges and the university departments or life sciences programs that are being offered, you will be able to hear synonymous voice that JSS, yes, it's known for two things, that is quality and excellence. And that is where we are, and that is one of the reasons why students across the world come to pursue their higher education in person also to our university. The JSS Academy of Higher Education and Research forayed into online education because it understood, perhaps well ahead of time, the challenges may arise across the world where people will not be able to leave their jobs or careers and come and pursue their higher education in another country. So they will have to look either in their own place, and if those programs are not available, then they are deprived of the opportunity of pursuing their education. And it also realized that perhaps the challenges of travel and other things which we are presently facing is going to shift the way in which we are teaching and learning. And I think that's in the direction where the online education started taking shape at our university. And in 2018, when we initiated the thoughts of moving forward of online education, it was entirely a new concept, particularly in the health sciences area. In arts and arts and other sciences, I mean arts and other streams, this was not an unknown matter. It was known, and it was very, very familiar, and many did take things. When you come to health sciences and talk of online education, always the question was that can we be able to communicate to the students the skill sets that they have to learn and any experiences which they have to gain, and how they are going to learn that if you are going to deliver it online. But thanks to technology, today we are crossing all these barriers and able to communicate with ease the same information which can be almost communicated in person through online and through simulated models we are able to do. Of course, I am not belittling or deriding the fact that personal experience is important. Yes, personal experiences are important. And I'm sure being all pursuing these postgraduate programs, you would also already be having a place where you would be practicing in a form some of the knowledge which you have gained to learn continuously, even on the day-to-day way you are practicing your career or life where you are there. I think this is what we are valuing, that you are all looking at an experience that you are having and trying to strengthen that and enhance further your education and be able to find a niche role for you. I think this is what JSS is aiming at. And I can proudly say that our faculty would be there with you at every step and help you gain the necessary skill sets that are required. And I think we have received extremely very good feedback from our students who were joined the last year, first batch of students, and they were extremely happy in the way the program was communicated or delivered to them. And we only look forward to further improving it and strengthening it with you all this. Learning is a two-way process. The teacher is always excited to teach a student. It is important that the student also should be equally excited to learn from the teacher. It's up to you how you are going to absorb the maximum from your teacher or mentor or the who is going to be associated with you, and try to gain maximum experience and expertise. So I feel that this step which you all have taken in your careers is an important step which is going to help you pursue your dreams and goals. I do not want to take more time. I'm sure my colleagues will be speaking to you about our university rankings and other achievements which may be there, which are there. But just to tell you on a very, very light or a very on top tone is that our university in India has its own benchmark, and we have able to sustain it not once, twice, but several years in a row, where we have continued to be one of the top health sciences university in the country. And if numbers do matter, in 1,800 institutions across the country, we are among the top 50 here. If you look at the impact ranking, which the Times Higher Education recently announced, in our country, we are on the number 2, the second in the top. And particularly if you look at the health sciences discipline, we are number 1 again there. So this is the impact which our education and the healthcare system and delivery that is there at our institution that has given us the recognition. So perhaps you have not only taken the decision to join the right program, but also you have chosen the right institution to pursue your goals. And I can only wish you all the very best. And I'm sure there is no other way but for you to succeed in your career ambitions once you are completing your program with us. Thank you very much. And I wish you all the very best. And I congratulate all the faculty and the team who will be working with you. And I'm sure you will be extremely satisfied with what they are going to share with you as form of knowledge in the coming years. Thank you all. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your enriching and motivating words to our learners. Now, I request our beloved Registrar Sir, Dr. B. Manjunatha, to give the brief insight about JSS AHER to the learners. Sir is a leader, an administrator, an educator, and professor of forensic medicine, and persistently working towards the goals, mission, vision, and the organizational structure of JSS. Sir has been the constant support in all our endeavors. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Respected Pro-Chancellor and all my colleagues and learners from worldwide. So it is my proud privilege to give a brief introduction. So this is where it all started. It was our founder president. This is our present Chancellor, the present president of our system, and the photograph, the inset showing the inauguration of our university. We have got 4 constituent colleges: the Medical College, Dental College, College of Pharmacy at Mysore and at Ooty. Apart from medical, dental and pharmacy faculty, we have got 5 more faculties: Faculty of Biomedical Sciences, Faculty of Life Sciences, Faculty of Management Studies, Faculty of Natural Sciences, and Faculty of Yoga. Our vision is to provide education that helps transformation of individuals and society. This is a very broad vision, and we are pursuing it. And our strengths, as you know, is the teaching learning process. We have got a very systematic approach to teaching learning process, very healthy teacher-student ratio, and particularly for online teaching, we have got very new innovations where we have got mind mapping, flipped classroom, etc., which again our main strength is massive open online courses. In research, again one of our strengths, we have identified the research thrust areas. We have got research grants from national and international agencies. This is reflected in, again, the good research is reflected in our articles in top impact factor journals, including the Lancet, Annals of Neurology, Oncology, Immunology, and innovation. Here, being a health sciences based university, we are again pursuing innovation in academics, research, governance. We have applied, we have been awarded patents in a lot of areas. Again, in academics, special mention for online teaching. We have been using information and communication technology, and we are imparting blended education. We have got collaboration with several 30 international and 50 national top universities and agencies. Again, as our Pro-Chancellor was mentioning, we have been sustaining our national ranking for the past 5 years. There are many achievements. The Department of Science and Technology, Department of Biotechnology have recognized our presence. The WHO has approved us as the Sentinel site for multi-country vaccine safety study center. WHO has again approved Center for Capacity Building. It is again with the stewardship of our Vice Chancellor. He is continuing with the good manufacturing practices. Several programs, series of programs are being held in collaboration with WHO. Again, NAC, we have been accredited with A+ for 5 years. This is for 5 years. And Times Higher Education in 2019, we are in the top 500 in the world. And this was what I was mentioning. The innovation, we have been, even though we are a health-based science university, we are in top 25. This is a special award for us for online teaching, e-learning experience, the e-lead certification from QS. We were able to score 150 out of 150 in this area. This year we are in 33rd in the national ranking. This is the 6th consecutive year in the top 50. And the university is in 33rd, medical school is in 20th, dental school in 10th, and pharmacy schools 9th and 10th respectively. This is a special recognition from Accreditation Council for Pharmaceutical USA. We are the first among the universities in the entire Asia Pacific region to get this recognition. Again, regarding the Times Higher Education Sustainable Development Goals, we are in top 2nd ranked in India, as our Pro-Chancellor was mentioning. Particularly, we are proud about the good health and well-being, where is our strength. We are ranked 52nd in the world. And thank you for your patience listening. Thank you. Should unmute yourself, madam.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Now, I would request our Controller of Examinations, Dr. Sudhindra Bhatt, sir, to address our learners about the examinations. Sir is a professor of pharmacy and has been the guiding force in the smooth conduct of the exams. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Hope my screen is visible now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Speaking the blessings of His Holiness Swamiji, respected dignitaries and my dear student friends. Namaste to all of you. I happily welcome all our new students to JSS family. As you are aware, the education mainly comprises of academics and the examinations. Academics facilitate your learning, skill development, and acquisition of knowledge, while the examinations assess the extent to which you have acquired the same. Hence, examination is an important component of learning, which facilitates targeted, continuous improvement in all of you. Why are examinations important? Yes, they are very important. They are a part of your academics, part of your learning. One is that it instills discipline in you. That's quite important, that it instills discipline in you. It gives you the ability to stay focused under pressure. Normally, this is how we can overcome the pressure by facing the examinations. It provides qualification that you need in your life. It teaches time management. It improves your learning process. Now, I would like to go through the examination system for your program. I'll be talking about two things here. One is the program highlights and the other one is examination regulations.
Okay.
The first one is the MBA program. MBA program in hospital administration. It is of 4 semesters duration, that is 2 years. It is a choice-based credit system, and medium of instruction and evaluation is in English. Course of study, you have 4 semesters here. In each of the semester, there are, like first semester you have 6, second one 6, and third one 6 subjects. In the fourth semester, you have 4 subjects. Totally, there are 88 credits. That includes even the project work. The maximum duration of the program is double the time of the course, and the students have to pass within the set period. Otherwise, they will have to seek fresh admission. Then coming to the other course, that is PG Diploma in Bioinformatics. It is of 1 year duration, that is 2 semesters. This first semester, you will be studying a subject basic cellular and molecular biology. In the second semester, bioinformatics and in silico biology. Again, here also the medium of instruction is English, and the maximum duration is 2 years. That is double the duration of the course. If the student fails to do this, he has to re-register. Then I'll be speaking something about the examination system. There are 2 types of examinations that you will be facing. One is the formative assessment, and the other one is summative assessment. Formative assessment are periodically done during the course of your study, and summative assessment is end semester examination. The formative assessment have different components. It comprises of the unit test, assignments, discussion forum. Proctored online examination is the way in which the summative assessments are done at the end. The marks distribution is, this is how it happens in case of MBA. The 25 marks, that is 25% is for formative assessment and 75% is for summative assessment. Whereas in PG Diploma, it is 50% in formative and 50% in the summative exam. The end-term examination shall be based on the multiple choice question, which will be conducted through proctored online examination. One of the important things you should always remember is that we are having intelligent proctored online examination system with us, and you will have to attend the examination by online means. It is intelligently proctored or invigilated, and every activity of yours during the examination will be monitored. It will be proctored. And if there is any deviation from the guidelines that have been issued, you will be disqualified from the examination. So this is one of the important things, as online examination and online teaching and online examination is involved. A lot of artificial intelligence mode is used here for proctoring and invigilating. Criteria for the pass is 50%. The candidate shall score 50% of the marks. That includes both summative and the formative assessment. At the end of the course, we will be giving the grades. The grades will be based on the percentage of marks the candidate obtains. It has been given here in this table with various grades like 90 to 100. You get O grade, that is outstanding, and similarly excellent, good, fair, average, and fail. The candidate who remains absent for any end semester examination gets a grade of AB, and the grade point he gets is 0. In fact, briefly, I would like to tell here that there is 2 things that you need to understand. Our final transcript or the marks card will have the semester grade point average and cumulative grade point average. Semester grade point average gives how much grades you have obtained in each of the subject, with the average of which is taken, and it is given as a semester grade point average. In fact, there should be consistency in the different subjects which you take, so that your semester grade point average will be high. I want to emphasize here that you should concentrate on all the subjects that are offered to you. Every subject, maybe in PG Diploma there is only one subject, but in MBA there are many subjects. In every subject, you will have to consistently score good marks both in formative and summative assessment, so that your semester grade point average will be high. Then cumulative grade point average is something where after the end of all your semesters, the semester grade point averages are all taken. The average of that is made and given as cumulative grade point average. That means even consistency in good performance in each and every semester is very important to get a good CGPA, that is cumulative grade point average. So at the end, your rank or your grades will be based on the cumulative grade point average. This is how the classes are declared. First class with distinction, if you get CGPA of more than 8, that you should get it in single attempt. There should not be any backlogs. You should do it in single attempt. Then there is first class, the range is given here. The second class, the range is given here. So in this way, the consistency in each and every subject and each and every semester is quite important to get good CGPA as well as the class at the end of your course. All the very best. I thank the authorities and the coordinator for providing me the opportunity for attending this program, and it was a pleasure talking to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for briefing the learners about the examinations. Now, I request our Dean, Faculty of Health System Management Studies, Dr. Colonel M. Dayananda, sir, to give an overview of Department of Health System Management Studies. Sir is the director of JSS Hospital, which is a 1,800-bedded super specialty hospital, and has a vast experience in the field of hospital administration and has served in various hospitals across the country. He is an advisory committee member, Bureau of Indian Standards, New Delhi, which is presently developing quality standards for the hospitals in India. Over to you, sir.
Good evening and good afternoon to all my friends from various parts of this country. Firstly, I would like to offer my respects to our Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Suresh, who's the mentor of all these efforts that we are doing in the university. Secondly, I would like to compliment all the students who have joined our online program. I believe that you have chosen very wisely because as you can see this present pandemic happening, many of the issues is related to management of health resources that we have in our hands. Be it the best of the wealthiest of the country, it depends purely on how we manage our resources, our manpower. It depends on us to give efficient delivery of healthcare. In that, the structured management programs are very, very important, either online or real time. Both are very important to put you to that scientific frame of mind so that you manage those scarce resources well. So towards that, we have a program that is the MBA in Health Management, Hospital Management, which we are conducting and you have already joined. I can assure you that the opportunities are plenty in this world for the next 15 years to come, either in Africa or elsewhere. Health management students and health management professionals are sought after everywhere, including Africa. So I can assure that once you have this formal and a standard program that you are attending, by the end of that, you will be able to be competent and skilled to look after or to be part of any segment of the healthcare, be it the hospitals, be it the public health, be it the insurance sector, be it the finance or insurance. So you have plenty of opportunities that is there. Only thing that is important is that you need to attend these classes regularly, be prompt and be asking questions whenever you find things are getting difficult or you don't understand. We should be proactively asking questions to your mentors, your teachers, so that you will clear your ideas then and there itself, rather than waiting for the opportune time to come, which won't come at all. So, and secondly, we have there are many programs running all over the world in terms of health management. However, what we distinguish ourselves, why we are unique, is it is based in the hospital, as well as we have faculty who are very well trained and competent to address various aspects of healthcare management. So that is what I am very proud of, and I'm sure you'll be benefited by all our faculty's interactions with you in terms of presentations, in terms of discussions, in terms of evaluations and things like that. So I'm sure you have chosen wisely, but you need to work hard to get this thing, and always be flexible to learn newer and newer things, because world is changing in a very fast pace. What we learn today becomes obsolete in a day or two. So always have this learning frame of mind and do well. So with these few words, I wish you all the best. I'm sure our faculty will be giving you further information about the course, and us going through this years of management course, I'll also be there at times so that we can have a very fruitful interaction. And all the very best to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Moving ahead, I request our Dean, Faculty of Pharmacy, Dr. T.M. Pramod Kumar, sir, to give an overview of pharmacy programs. Sir is presently working as the Dean, Faculty of Pharmacy, JSS and Principal and Professor in the Department of Experience. He is striving towards excellence and setting benchmark in the pharmacy education in our country. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Shailaja. Good afternoon and good evening to all our friends from the various geographical locations that you have joined us. I thank all the opportunity given for us to be a part of this induction program. As a Dean of Faculty of Pharmacy and on behalf of JSS College of Pharmacy staff and students of Mysore and Ooty, I warmly welcome all the learners who will be joining for the program of MBA and PG Diploma in Bioinformatics. And as our Pro-Chancellor was saying, COVID pandemic has shook the entire world, and we are in different phases and different waves. Some are in second wave, third wave, and all those things. But still, life doesn't stop. We keep fighting, and we keep fighting the COVID pandemic. And already last time when we had the induction program, we were saying that vaccine is to come. And already people are vaccinated, maybe the first dose, 2 doses across the globe. And we are very hopeful and optimistic that things would be fine in the days to come. I once again thank all the learners who have chosen the program of Diploma in Bioinformatics. And thank you for bestowing your confidence on the program. And it has been having a very good feedback since the first batch has come out. And just to give you a brief idea about the pharmacy programs at Mysore and Ooty, they are the Big 10 or a top 10 pharmacy colleges in India among 2,500 pharmacy colleges. And we are guided by the wonderful leadership like Dr. B. Suresh, who is the President of Pharmacy Council of India. And he always considers pharmacy schools of Mysore and Ooty as a experiment, as a laboratories of pharmacy education. And he does a lot of experiments over here and know the experience of it and shares the rest of shares all these things, good practices to the rest of the country. And here we have more than 105 faculty members at both the in both the campuses, and more than 2,000 students who are studying in Diploma in Pharmacy program, B.Pharm program, Masters, and PG Diploma programs as well. And we have more than 200 research scholars who are doing their research at various levels. And our registrar has already identified the what thrust areas that we are working here. And I'm also very proudly I can put you across that one of our faculty was invited for Khartoum University to set up a pharmacy practice department over there. And we have a big pool of alumni from African country as well. And our alumni network is quite strong. And we work very closely with more than 25 to 30 pharmacy industries here in India. And we have an amazing support from JSS hospital and other neighboring hospitals. And we were also the part of the Covishield clinical trial, which our doctors has given us, and our pharmacy students were a part of that clinical trial. Even I was a volunteer who took the first wave vaccine dose also. Then we have amazing programs that are lined up here, and there are a number of new diploma programs that we would be offering, which would be also open up on the online. I think it is an exciting moment for all of us that we would be having new friends and new learners. It is a mutual learning. We will be learning from you, and you'll be learning from our rich faculty members who have a wonderful experience and expertise. I once again welcome you all for JSS College of Pharmacy, Mysore and Ooty. Thank you once again for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Proceeding further, I would now request our program coordinator for MBA in Hospital Administration, Dr. Mamta HK, to give the overview of the MBA Hospital Administration program. Ma'am is a dentist by profession, and she has done her MBA and PhD and has more than 20 years of rich experience in the area of dentistry, management, and teaching, and has made a memorable contribution to the fortunes of the organizations through her dedication and sincerity. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Shailaja, for the warm introduction. Once again, good afternoon and good evening to all the learners, and offering my respectful pranams to His Holiness Swamiji, who is the present Chancellor of JSS Academy of Higher Education and Research, and my sincere respects to all the leadership at our university. So today we are here to understand about the online programs. What do they mean? How are they offered? And how the course will get implemented over the due course of time. So I, Dr. Mamta, Program Coordinator for MBA Hospital Administration, would give you an overview of how this will be conducted throughout this 2 years program. And this 2 years, we have 4 semesters. So at the end of each semester, as explained by our controller of examination, you have an end semester examination. So online programs, what do they mean? So that means anytime, anywhere learning. So across the globe, students or learners can have the access to the content which is developed in-house, that is by our own faculty, using the various e-resources which are available, and few are developed using the video recordings and also the reading materials which would be shared with the learners. So what are the advantages of online programs? So they are independent, student-centered, self-directed, and engaging, and the biggest advantage is anytime, anywhere learning. So the mode of conduct of these online programs have both synchronous as well as asynchronous mode. That means participation will be through asynchronous as well as synchronous discussions. There will be assignment activities and the course or program involvement through the course coordinators as well as mentors throughout the semesters. And all the analytics of the learning management system, which Dr. Datta Kumar will be giving you an overview at the end of this session, will help you understand how the learning management system you can access. And throughout the semester, across all the courses, the analytics will also be available to you. That is the percentage of coverage, the amount of grades that you have obtained, the scores for the assignments and assessment. So, and it will also be interactive sessions which are available throughout the semesters. One of the requirements for these online programs is attendance and also the progress of studies. So candidates pursuing online programs shall be engaged online as per the online education program regulations of UGC. So one of you have asked what is UGC? UGC stands for University Grants Commission, which is the highest educational sanctioning body in our country. Percentage completion of video modules and assignments will also be required for completion of attendance. Candidate should have completed all the online course modules and should have secured minimum percentage to be eligible to appear for the final examination. And I also would like to inform all the learners that the progress report also has to be submitted to the Ministry of External Affairs, who are the sponsoring agencies for your scholarship. And any student who fails to complete the course in the manner stated above shall not be permitted to appear for the deemed to be university examinations. And there should not be any condonation of lack of completion of course modules in any of the courses. And there has been a recent circular, which is by the Government of India, especially for learners under the E-Vidya Bharati network project. So students need to be regular and consistent to continue the scholarship. Academic programs of students shall be reviewed by Government of India on a regular basis, and based on the progress, your scholarship for the next semester shall be approved. So for example, if the scholarship for third semester shall be approved, only if students have cleared all subjects of first semester. Scholarship of fourth semester shall be approved only if you have cleared all subjects of first and second semester, and so on. So if any student is unable to complete this condition, then his or her scholarship shall be deferred until such time he or she satisfies the conditions for scholarship. The student shall be allowed 2 free re-attempts to successfully clear the exam and 2 re-evaluation, after which the student shall pay for the re-examination and re-evaluation themselves. The students can continue the program by paying the semester fee directly to university if they are unable to fulfill the scholarship requirements. Again, conditions apply. The student can rejoin the scholarship if they fulfill scholarship requirement for a semester. However, the fee paid by the student shall not be reimbursed to the student. So how does this online programs work? See, here we have a 4-quadrant approach. So quadrant 1 will be about e-tutorial, which shall contain video and audio content in an organized form. There may be animated videos, simulations, video demonstrations, virtual labs, along with the transcription of the video, which is available to you through the learning platform, which will be demonstrated later. Quadrant 2 is the e-content component, which shall contain self-instruction material, e-books, illustrations, case studies, presentations, and also contain web resources such as further references, related links, open source content on the internet, videos, case studies, and books, including e-books, research papers and journals, anecdotal information, historical development of the subject, articles, etc. And in quadrant 3, it is about discussion forum for raising of doubts and clarifying them on a near and real-time basis by the course coordinator or his team. So in our LMS, which will be demonstrated later, you also have a component on discussion forum. So where both the course coordinator as well as the learners can participate in the discussion through online mode. So a chat box will be provided through which the discussions can happen. It can be about a case study or problems to a solution, and so on and so forth. So quadrant 4 is assessment component. So which again shall contain problems and solutions, which could be in the form of multiple choice questions, fill in the blanks, matching questions, short answer questions, long answer questions, quizzes, assignments and solutions, discussion forum topics, and setting up the FAQs, clarifications on general misconceptions. So this assessment again will be added on to your final calculation of marks scored for each of the individual subjects, as explained by our controller of examination. So they constitute the formative assessment component, and together with this, the semester or the summative component will be added, and final grade will be awarded for each of the courses and together for the semester. Now, how does the design of the program happen for the online platform? So you have a program, for example, now you have MBA Hospital Administration and PG Diploma in Bioinformatics. So for the MBA Hospital Administration program, you have courses in each of the semesters, which I will be talking to you in a short while from now. And each of these courses will have units and subdivided into modules. So it is requirement that you complete all the modules in all the courses to be eligible for the examination. And it also has a component of assessment for each of these courses. So this is the screenshot of the discussion forums and webinars available in our learning platform, which you will be oriented. And you also have a portal where you can raise the queries, or you have any problems or difficulties in understanding a concept, you can directly interact with the course coordinators through this particular portal. And you also have statistics, real-time statistics available to you in the portal, which gives you how much of progress has happened in each of these courses. So progress of learning, as I mentioned, is a must for you to be eligible for continuation of scholarship, as well as eligible for taking up the semester end examination, that is the summative assessment. So this is how the screenshot looks. So we have courses like accounting for managers, managerial and health economics, and managerial communication and organizational behavior in the first semester. So each of these courses, as you can see, if you click on go to course, it will lead you to the various quadrants which I explained to you earlier. That is quadrant 1, 2, 3, 4. All the materials are preloaded, even the videos are pre-recorded and are available to you in this platform. So once you do the completion of progress, it is seen as 100%. So if you have not done, it shows as 0%. Or it depends upon the progress you show as you go on with the course material. And as explained by our controller of examination, the examination will be proctored online examination. So identify test centers or maybe at your home using your own systems, you will have to take up the examination through online mode. And there will be adequate support for advising, counseling, mentoring, and guidance to ensure the best possible learning experience for the learners and clear guidelines on academic integrity and etiquettes, especially during the examinations. We have strict protocols to be followed, failing which it will lead to malpractice. And there shall be a helpline for technical assistance throughout the semester. So wherever you have difficulty in accessing any particular content or videos, you can always have help from our technical assistants. This is about the general orientation. Now coming to the online program of MBA Hospital Administration, as our Dean, Dr. Colonel Dayananda has already explained to you what are the challenges, especially facing today's scenario in health system management. We have a lot of challenges, but still solutions are possible only with efficient and effective management. So that is where administrators and hospital management comes into picture. So the program duration is 2 years spread across 4 semesters. The mode of delivery is online and English is the medium of instruction. So objectives are to provide an environment to learn challenges of hospital administration, provide opportunities to develop critical thinking, analytical abilities, develop skills required to handle resources at the organization, which includes human resource, financial resources, etc., and also to develop capabilities to handle challenges and problems in healthcare organizations. So at the end of the program, this is what you would have: to demonstrate adequate knowledge and mastery of techniques relevant to hospital management, demonstrate clear understanding of concepts, information, and techniques related to hospital management discipline, develop awareness of responsibilities of senior hospital management, develop knowledge required to handle management and operational issues, formulate ideas, and participate in implementation of plans, take a proactive and self-reflective role in working and to develop professional relationship. This is very much applicable to most of you all, because since you are already working in healthcare organizations. So planning, coordination, controlling, and leading, these are the basic functions of a manager, and that is what we are going to impart you through our learning platform. So coming to understand the program structure, so it is spread across 4 semesters, and each of the semesters, as I mentioned, has courses. So for example, in first semesters, you have 6 courses amounting to a total of 23 credits. And in the top table, you can see there are 18 courses which are 4 credits, 2 courses which are 3 credits, and 2 courses which carry 2 credits. And in the final semester, that is in the 4th semester, you have a project work, which is an independent work which has to be taken up by each of the learners. So this can be a real-time problem in your own institutions or organizations, wherever you're working. Try to identify the challenges, bottlenecks, and try to identify solutions to it. So there will be guidance available both from the department faculty, as well as you can also choose a guide from your own organization, who together will help you in identifying the solutions for the problems. And again, it carries 6 credits. So the entire program is managed through the learning management system, what we call it as LMS, which provides you opportunity not only for learning through online, but also interaction and discussion. So every semester, each of these courses will have online assessments, 2 formative assessments and 1 summative assessment. See, for example, in the first semester, as I mentioned, the program has 4 semesters, right? So you have n number of courses. So when we come to first semester, you have 6 courses. In the second column, you can see the course names, And then in the third column, you can see how many units and modules are there in each of these courses. And for each of these courses, you have to take up 2 formative assessments and 1 summative assessment. So again, here, let me clarify the credit. So 1 credit means 25 marks. So if a course is 4 credits, then it carries 100 marks. Now, how are these 100 marks obtained? 25 marks will come from your formative assessment and 75 marks will be your summative assessment, so which is an MCQ based examination at the end of the semester. And here we are to support you as facilitators. This is my team from the Department of Health System Management Studies. I, Dr. Mamta, the Associate Professor and in charge. I have with me Dr. Sujay, Dr. Divya, Mrs. Kanakavalli, Mr. Harshit, Mrs. Smita, Dr. Shalini, and Mr. Roshan to help you throughout these course programs as well as for each of the courses which I did mention now. And recently we do have new members joining our team, Dr. Prashant, Mr. Renukacharya, Dr. Shailaja, and Mr. Vinay, who are the coordinators and will also be helping you out in the e-learning component. So thank you. You will have a different orientation when it comes to learning management system. So any challenges with regard to this, you are welcome to share.
Thank you, ma'am. Proceeding further, I request program coordinator for PG Diploma in Bioinformatics to give an overview about the program. Sir is the head in charge of the Department of Pharmaceutical Biotechnology. Sir is currently working on the application of computational biology, algorithms, and mathematical models to predict differentially expressed genes in microarray datasets. He also has a rich experience in the field of free radical biology and cancer biology. Recently, he received the K.N. Narasimhaya Award from Society of Biotechnology, India. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Shailaja, for the introduction. Good afternoon and good evening, one and all. First of all, I welcome all of you for this induction program. To advance, as leaders said, to advance your career in healthcare system, JSS Agar Mysuru is the right place that create a better, steady environment to promote your knowledge, shaping your ambitions with the meaningful opportunities. Bioinformatics is an integration of mathematical, statistical, and computer methods to analyze various biological data like from the biology and biochemical side. It is having applications from the computational technology to the management and analysis of biological data, such as the sequence of DNA and RNA in the genes and the amino acids in proteins. So that's why bioinformatics has created a lot of opportunity even in allied sciences students. So it has created demand nowadays for even from other scientific discipline students. This program is actually 12 months program, as Dr. Mamta ma'am said, for MBA, that is 2 years. For PG Diploma in Bioinformatics, we have 12 months course. And this course is this program consists of 2 courses. Course 1 is 6 months. In course 1, you will be studying basic cellular and molecular biology. And course 2, you will be doing bioinformatics and in silico biology. The learning objectives of this program is to learn various in silico analysis for proteomics and genomics, and to perform retrieval and manipulations of various biological sequences, and to learn and perform target identification for drug designing. So this course has, this program has 2 courses, as I said before. Each course will have 5 units. So here, if you take first unit, that is biology of cells, every 4 weeks once the units will be enabled. That means from the first week to 4th week, you will be doing biology of cells. This is first unit. Similarly, the next unit will be enabled from 5th week up to 9th week, you will be doing unit 2. So similarly, mutation genomics and genome annotation we'll be doing in course 1. In course 2 also, we have 5 units that covers introduction to bioinformatics and basics of sequence alignment, protein prediction methods, comparative and functional genomics. All you will be doing in course 1 and course 2. One of the questions asked by the learner regarding the subject and the exam assessment, how to assess, these are all the questions I saw. So the course PG Diploma in Bioinformatics, each course 1 and course 2, you have to write 2 formative exams and 1 summative exams. These all exams are based on MCQ by multiple choice questions only. So formative assessment, another one question asked, how to assess, how are you going to assess the learnings means, we will be assessing the formative things by taking or considering the completeness of the learning model. So you have to complete the entire learning models. In the previous slide, I explained various units we have to cover. So learners, you must cover entire learning models. So because that is one of the criteria for the assessment. Similarly, the learning models also have mini assignments, unit test, discussion forum. As Dr. Dayananda sir and Dr. Mamta ma'am said, so the discussion forum is effectively you have to use, because that if you have any doubts in your subject or any topics, any lecture, definitely you have to come front and you have to put a lot of questions in the discussion forum. So that's why our unit as our entire team, we have discussed and we are providing a separate tab in the web portal for discussion forum. So I request all the learners to use this discussion forum effectively, efficiently to make use of this, because in one platform, all the learners and even I also participate in this. So we'll get all the ideas in one platform. So this will give our everyone's idea, everyone's suggestions. So that makes you to clarify any doubts. So I request once again the learners to use discussion forum effectively in healthy manner. And the assessment also takes the comprehensive test thing. So based on this, completeness of the learning models, mini assignments, unit test, discussion forums, how you are participating in the discussion forums, that also come. And the comprehensive test all together will be considering as formative assessment. Once again, I'm telling all the tests will be conducted in multiple choice questions manner only. So to make you very easy to handle all these learning models, we have created our own in-house facilities. That is, we have a web portal that provides all the learning materials. These web portals are accessible to all the users and compatible to any browsers. If you're using Linux system, if you're using Unix, even Mac systems, Windows, whatever the browser that you use, the web portal is compatible to any type of browsers, and the architecture is well planned. And similarly, the content, learning content are well formatted. You can easily understand. So well formatted contents also available. As a program instructor, I will be available for you in 24/7, because students, you may get anytime, the doubts you may get anytime. So I will be always available for you. You can ask me anytime. You can put even WhatsApp group also you can use, and you can ask me questions. I am ready to clarify in 24/7. Not only that, even we also have proficient faculty members who also teach and give training on various software tools, because bioinformatics is the only area where you can see a lot of upgradation of tools, database. Each and every day you'll be getting new tools is coming up. So one has to have, other than the syllabus, even though we are covering the syllabus, you have to have upgradation in the tools and the database. So you should know what is update is going on in the particular field. So that's why we also takes the help from the academicians, even experts from industry, who teach and who give training in various aspects such as database and tools. So that's why JSS Agar, to make the learners very efficient and competent and divergent thinking from other university learners. So we created live streaming classes. This makes so the coordinators and the learners will come very closer. So because we have a face-to-face interaction every week, we'll be having a class. In this, we have face-to-face interactions. Subject expert from academic and industry will be delivering a lot of lectures, and you also getting the hands-on training on various tools. In this way, JSS Agar makes you to upgrade a lot of tools and database in bioinformatics. The program outcomes, you can able to instruct a range of bioinformatics strategies and softwares to develop predictive and mechanistic models. And you can also access, query, and retrieve various models from public repositories for system biology and even structural biology. You can also able to identify an appropriate modeling approach for given biological questions and data sets. The bioinformatics will be utilized by many scientific disciplines. If you are an archaeologist, you can also use bioinformatics. If you are a data analyst, if you are a statistical scientist, you can also use bioinformatics. That's why when you take bioinformatics, this has very wide job opportunities. It creates a lot of branches in every disciplines of science. So that's why if you do bioinformatics, definitely you can become computational biologist, pharmacogenomics. This is an important current science in health discipline. And you can become a data scientist, clinical pharmacologist, computational chemist. In this, you can design a lot of drug molecules, and you can also see whether that is capable of act in particular target or not. And not only that, even you can become a sequence analyst, in silico drug designers, in silico toxicologist. So these are all various options available in front of you. If we continue to innovate and find new ways for students to gain insight into educations. So study anytime, as everyone said, JSSR make you to study anytime, anywhere at your own pace. Thank you, student.
Mute. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Next, I request Dr. Datta Kumar sir, operation set of the learning management system enhanced, a key person involved in the development and delivering of our learning management system, to explain about the learning management system to the learners. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Shailaja. Respect the leadership team at the JSS Academy Higher Education and Research, and the learners across the world. A very good evening to all of you, and good afternoon, depending on your timeline. And it's a pleasure to have an online interaction, an online induction program, where you were given an insight about the entire gambit of how the online program happens. As all of us are aware, one important element of an online program is the learning management system. And this is one area where one system where all the students, the faculty members, the subject matter experts, all of them are constantly in touch, and the learning is progressing. In that domain, we are the supporting team for JSS Academy of Higher Education Research, along with Dr. Ravindra and his team. I, my colleague Sumana, and my colleague Dhruva Rao, we will take through a very quick overview of how the learning management system looks. At the same time, I should also thank Dr. Mamta ma'am for maybe making our lives easier, because she took through a couple of slides on how the learning management system really looks like. So what we are trying to do in the next 5 to 6 minutes is, because we know we have extended on the time, so we will be as short as possible here. We will take you through a very quick journey of the learning management system. I'm sure all of you would have got into the system once because you all logged in at the time of registration, and the same user credentials will continue even now. And we are here to provide you all the support. Second information that we had to give is, well, as the world progresses, we also need to progress. So we are in the making of the version 2 of the system, where we are ensuring that the user experience is better. And in the next 15 days, we will migrate to a newer system. But as we progress through the week, as there would be a lot of one-on-one sessions with all of you, in one of those sessions, we will again get back to you and showcase to you the newer formats of the learning management system and how it will be more comfortable. To start with, I would request my colleague Sumana to share the screen, and both of us will dialogue as we go through. And maybe we need about 5 or 6 minutes to just take you through a journey. And most of it, you will be able to do it as you go forward and start logging in yourselves. Over to Sumana.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. I'll share my screen. Hope everyone is able to see the screen.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, coming to the login page, you have to log in with the same credentials which you will be using to apply for the program. So once the credentials you receive, you will be logging with the same one. And once you log in to the portal, you will be landing in the dashboard screen. Okay, so this would be your dashboard screen, wherein the dashboard screen consists of the calendar, wherein some upcoming events will be listed down in the calendar based upon the dates. And there will be list of some featured programs, and you will be seeing few tabs, that is my programs, my progress, and my applications. So coming to my programs, you will be able to see for which program you have been registered. That particular program you will be seeing in this portal. And my progress is basically what exactly is the progress you have made for this particular program. So once I get inside the program, you will be seeing the list of courses that has been there in this particular program, and there will be announcements tab. If any announcement that has been made by the instructor, that is displayed here, and the program info, the information regarding the particular program, and the syllabus of the program, and that particular academic schedule is being provided here. Once you get inside the program, you will be seeing course 1 and course 2. So this will be enabled by the instructors. So once you get inside the course, you'll be able to see the content structure, the complete content that has been enabled unit by unit by your instructors, the overview of the particular course, the content of the course, the assignments, the videos, the quizzes, and the slide decks. Everything will be available here. And the discussion forum, you can post your questions that will be visible by other peers, your peers, as well as the instructors. They can always respond to your queries. And the assignment, if any assignment has been given to the team by the instructors, that will be available here. And the assessments, for the internal assessments that will happen, will be scheduled in this particular space. And the respective recordings, if any, if it is there, if it is uploaded by the instructor, that will be seen in this particular page. So coming to the content, you'll be able to see the respective units videos in the quadrant forum. The first will be the introduction video. And going to next modules, you'll be seeing the slide decks, mini assignments, reading material, This will be the slide decks. And the reading materials, some extra links, the materials are provided by the instructor, and the assignments. Here it's already been submitted. There will be a few mini assignments that you need to submit. So once everything is done, you will, at the end, you will be taking up the mock summative quiz for this particular course.
Yeah.
So apart from these, you can also navigate to any of the pages from these, from the menu list here. Also, if you come to my profile, you'll be seeing the programs, for how many programs of yours are in progress and how many you have completed. Also, you can navigate to the respective programs from top explore menu. And there is a small quick tour video. By clicking on that, it will just display you exactly like how to go ahead in the platform. By clicking on what, you will get what, such things, just for information for the users. And if any notifications are sent by the instructor, that will be displayed in your notification panel. So basically, this is the platform which you will be using to complete your programs, to complete your courses, to take up the assignments and assessments. So yeah, all the best for everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, Sumana, for taking us through a quick journey of the platform. I know in about 2 minutes, there is very little that we could remember. And the whole thing that happens is when we start working on the platform, there would be a lot of questions, and one portion where all the questions can be asked is you can email us. You have emailed many times. It's the same address, oep@jssusuni.edu.in, and we will be very responsive in coming back to you if there are quick responses that need to be given. And as Dr. Rajesh said, we are available almost 24/7 on the technology front. If there are some queries that are asked, we will try to resolve one-on-one. In fact, we have had situations where many of the learners in the last batch had concerns in logging in, had concerns and got stuck midway. And what we did was we took their time because all of them were working professionals. And what we did was we took a little time away and said, we can come back, have a one-on-one chat, and then resolve certain technical issues if they had. So we are a very comfortable team to work. I'm sure the entire team, the academics and the technology team, are a real comfortable team to work. And rest be assured that we will support you in your learning endeavor. Thank you, Dr. Shailaja, and thank you, team.
Dr. Shailaja?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. It's not happiness that brings us gratitude. It's gratitude that brings us happiness. No matter what language you speak, a kind and smiling thank you always speaks to everyone's heart. I request Dr. Mamta H.K. ma'am to give the vote of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Shailaja. Great leaders don't set out to be a leader. They set out to make a difference. And it never about the role, but always about the goal. So we have with us one such great leader, our Pro-Chancellor, sir, Dr. B. Suresh, who has always made us achieve goals. So thank you, sir, for being the mentor, guide, as well as the biggest support pillar for all our endeavors. Thank you, sir. The greatest leader is not necessarily the one who does the greatest thing. He is the one that gets the people to do the greatest things. So we acknowledge the support as well as thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Surinder Singh, who has been the light in carrying out our online programs. So we thank you, sir. Leaders become great not because of their power, but because of their ability to empower others. So we have with us one such leader, Dr. B. Manjunatha, our registrar, sir, who always has given us the support as well as empowered us to carry on with our endeavors, but at the same time guiding us. So thank you, sir. A boss has the title, a leader has the people. And one such people-loving person we have with us, our ever-smiling Dr. Kushalappa PA, Director Academics, who is our mentor, guide, and support, and always lean on to shoulder we have with him. So thank you, sir. Leadership is an action, not a position. So our COE demonstrates always with action. So our controller of examination, Dr. Sudhindra Bhatt, who is always proving his mettle through his actions, whether it is regular programs or it is online. He is always there to be on the ahead, that is proactive and always leading us from the front. Thank you, sir. Everyone can rise above the circumstances and achieve success if they are dedicated and passionate about what they do. So Dr. Pramod sir, we have with us the pharmacy education and the pharmacy programs, which are a success story because of the dedication and commitment from Pramod sir. Thank you, sir. And leadership is not just the capacity, but the translation of vision into reality. So that's what Dr. Dakshayani is there for us, Deputy Director of Academics and the Director for Center for Online and Distance Learning Programs. So we have seen her work throughout the approval process, as well as making us do all these exercises of quadrants and whatnot. So thank you, madam. And we also thank you wholeheartedly for all the support and patience you have rendered throughout these programs. Some people want it to happen. Some wish it would happen. Others make it happen. So that is what our CIO sir is. Our Chief Information Officer, Dr. Ravindra sir, who is in fact the pillar for the success of all our online endeavors. And even today, we thank you, sir, for the success of the induction program, which is conducted today through online mode. Thank you, sir. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. So our Dean, Dr. Colonel M. Dayananda, is one such leader who always leads from the front and shows us the way how to go forward. So thank you, sir. As the Dean, as well as the Professor of Hospital Administration, we acknowledge the support and the guidance provided to our department and mentoring our faculty. Thank you, sir. Leadership is about vision and responsibility and not power. That is what Dr. Dattakumar sir is. And he and his team from Enhanced have worked day in and day out throughout the success of these online programs. So thank you, Dattakumar sir, and your team, Sumana, Shinit, and various other team members, to name a few. So thank you, sir, for all the support and guidance rendered throughout the implementation as well as planning part of these online programs. Thank you all. Finally, last but not the least, we have with us a very dedicated team of faculty members from various disciplines, Dr. Rajesh Raman from JSS College of Pharmacy, Ooty, as well as my team members from the faculty and from the online programs, as well as the support staff in the university who have been rendering their support throughout the success of this program. So thank you one and all. And once again, welcome you all on board. And we are there to help you out throughout these program completion. And anywhere, any challenges, our technical team is there to assist you. So thank you all.
Session stands closed.
Thank you, ma'am. Dear learners, very shortly we will be having the departmental orientation. So whatever the queries or doubts you have, then we can get it. Then you can get it cleared.